Hey, Chris Jenkins, credential member of the media, joined with Rashad, one half of Panther Nation podcast, here to cover the Carolina Panthers versus the New Orleans Saints. And we started exactly on time today, so we're going to step to the side just a little bit, let you guys take in the scene as it kicks off.
Yes,
they
sir.
just blew the horn or sounded the siren, and people are starting to report in. As you can see directly behind us, we're going to have the percussion walk by in just a second. But as we always do, Rashad and I will get you ready for this matchup today. Going over a look back at the week, what happened in the press conferences, talking about the walk-up. What you got something?
No, I got to get this guy out of the frame. This guy's got to move. He's throwing me off here. He's throwing me off.
We're going to talk about inactives today. We're going to give you our opinions about what we think should and should not happen, the keys to success for today. And as always, we're trying to continue to grow, right? So if you guys like the channel, enjoy the content, I think this is the best pregame live show that there is for the Carolina Panthers. So give us a like, help us get to 15,000 subscribers. And also, you trying to hide that guy?
Get that guy out of the way, man. He's throwing the vibes off, man.
As you guys know, we are independent media, 100% supported by your contributions, super chats, cash apps, which is also listed at the bottom as well. Then you'll see that. I'm gonna continue. Oh, we do have a New Orleans Saints fan right.
He is right in
the center of everything.
I'm gonna have to ask him to move.
You look like you want to.
I
you
do.
Really
I really
look like
do.
you just
I really do, but I don't want to cause no smoke. But it's all good. I'm gonna be a good boy.
Hey, I'm gonna let you guys. We're gonna roll into this in a little bit because I'm trying to find my notes for today. But I know the percussion is coming by. We all like to see a little bit of that action, so we'll show that in just a second as well. Rashad, you know we always start out with. Man, I feel like I'm missing hearing a little bass. And something.
So we start the show with the walk-up, and I got to be honest, it was good, a good walk-up. There was a lot of Carolina Panthers gear out here, very minimal Saints stuff. There's a couple Saints, it's a couple Saints fans in the building, but not many. This is going to be a game where it's going to be huge Panthers base, and we're going to be loud, and we're going to be proud, and we're going to cheer on our Carolina Panthers. This is a game we should, in fact, win. Good walk-up, good walk-up.
You know, for me, when I was walking up, I felt like, man, this is a regular game today.
Yeah, right, that part.
Yeah, like this is finally back to the Carolina Panthers, so I like it.
Yeah, last home game we had the Bills, and they took over, and the game before that you had the Cowboys. They come and do their thing, and now you got the Saints, and it's much less of a kerfuffle.
A kerfuffle.
It's just a regular NFC South game where we can we can show up. You know what I mean? So we're doing well. Panthers fans are locked in.
Hey, let us know how well you guys can hear us. It looks like it's a little hot, but I can't tell. And I am just on the struggle bus trying to find my notes. Where are my notes, Rashad?
I have no idea.
I'm used to two screens. Let's see. Notes. Meanwhile, we can let the
you got a lot of tabs open.
I do.
It's like me at home.
Well, I'm used to three monitors.
I will say this while you're looking for the notes. You may be wondering why I'm wearing.
What is this purple and gold?
No, it's not purple, man. It's blue.
What is this LA Lakers color?
Blue and gold. It's blue and gold. You colorblind, bro? This is blue. Blue and gold represent the North Carolina A&T State University as their marching band. The blue and gold marching machine is, in fact, the halftime performance. Chris, what do you do at halftime?
I go and eat a daggone hot dog.
I highly suggest that you pass on that snack and you watch the blue and gold marching machine as the greatest show on turf at halftime.
Are you going to be part of the surprise?
I'm not. I'm not that important. But check out A&T's A&T's marching band, as they are great. One of the best bands in the land, and it's going to be great.
Hey, you mind moving that mic a little bit closer to the talking device?
Got you. Okay.
Hey, and since we're on the HBCU shout out, let's give one to Johnson C. Smith.
Shout out Johnson C.
Right?
Smith. Yeah.
They are. I don't know exactly, but I think they're doing really good, and they just accomplished something they hadn't accomplished in 50 years. That exact part I can't remember. I know they're in the playoffs or something like that.
Yeah, they're playing in the CIAA championship. I don't know who against. I don't follow CIAA football like that, but they are playing very, very well. I think they beat Livingstone College last night. Good stuff. Shout out to John C. Smith, local.
And then we got to get one little personal message out here before we move on too far. Look at that right there. You know who that guy is?
Nice.
That is my oldest son, Chandler. He is 25. He turned 25 just Wednesday. and he watches the show all the time, except for this week as I try to give him his happy birthday show. Oh, the dog is onto the bag
Yeah,
right
man,
there.
what you got in there, Chris?
He was jumping on the bag over there.
You got something you got to share
Put
with
some
me, bro?
Bam Bam
You
on
got to
there.
let me know. But, hey, I'm not about
He
that
had
life.
to get it with two hands. Like, whoa,
I'm
get
not
off.
about that life, Chris. You got to let me know.
We together too. Like, no,
Nah,
no.
we're not together. Not on that part. Not when authorities are involved. That is funny. That's funny. That's funny.
But happy birthday to you, Chandler. 25 years old. So now the Jenkins family birthdays, we're rolling through. We done had the little ones 2
Yeah.
and 4, the big one 25, and then Dad finishes up strong, turning 50 next month. So you guys can go ahead and get
The
together.
big 5-0. You look
big-
no more than 30? 35.
Yeah,
35
yeah.
max.
I got a little bit of hair
You look
thinner
good.
right
You
there.
look good,
I had to
Chris.
get
You
the
look
barber to give me a little darkness right
Yeah,
there.
aging well. You're aging well, sir. You look good.
Thank you. And we got one super chat. The goal is always to get 3 super chats each week. But thank you for that super chat. So let's go ahead and roll into the show. And also, I want you guys to let me know who you think is going to win today and why. We're going to try to check out the comments for those, but let me know who you think is going to win today and why. So this matchup today, let's actually get through the transactions that have taken place recently, get you up to date with where we are right now. So we signed defensive tackle Jared Harrison Hunt. Every time I look at that, I think of Hunter. But Jared Harrison Hunt from the practice squad. We waived quarterback Mike White, and we activated wide receiver Dan Chisnia. So we're going to talk about these from the top. So first one is signing defensive tackle Jared Harrison Hunt from the practice squad. So about that, it's like, why? The only thing I was able to find out for this one, but this is pretty good information here. Now we got the wind going. We
Yeah,
just
the
have
wind is
everything.
crazy. The wind is crazy out here.
Mike K, shout out to Mike K from the Charlotte Observer. So he said that it was actually some rumors that an AFC team was wanting to sign Jared. So in order to prevent him from being poached, we said, all right, we're going to elevate him to the 53-man roster. So that's
Interesting.
Yeah, so that happened there with Jared Harrison. And as far as quarterback Mike White goes, man, for me, that's just like a nature of the beast. You got a paycheck, young man, for a little while. We got you because you were a little bit of a veteran. We got you a little bit because of the Buffalo Bills information that you may or may not have, which I think kind of gets overrated.
It didn't work out. If he did have any information, it didn't work out too well.
He didn't tell everything, right?
Yeah, he kept something to the chest. It didn't work out too well against the Bills.
And so he is no longer with the Carolina Panthers. And then what's on the screen there? Because I just stepped away.
Yeah, no, you're good. So we talked about activating Dan Chisnia. I don't know how to say his name, bro. But Dan. Yes, Dan the man, the wide receiver. We signed him or activated him from the practice squad, which could indicate some sort of injury from either Bryson, and we'll find out when the inactives come out at 11:30 whether Bryson Tremaine is going to be out or something happens to T-Mac. So either way, that's probably why Dan Chisnia was activated. So that's a good look. So going back really quick to Mike White in that conversation, it's interesting though because we also relieve Hendon Hooker of his duties.
Yes,
so
I'm glad you said that.
We don't have another quarterback outside of Bryce Young and Andy Dalton, which is cool. I mean, I don't see a major problem with that, but it seems like Andy Dalton had a little thumb injury or something like that after the Bills game, and I just question, do we need another guy? I don't know. Or is Hendon Hooker going to come back after this week? I have no idea.
Can you question the fact that Andy Dalton needs to go to science for his broken thumb? Like, nobody said that ever since. And he wasn't even on the injury report at all this following week. And he broke his thumb, and he's now just like as 100% as 100% can be.
Well, we had to have some sort of scapegoat for the awful performance. So we'll roll with it.
That's crazy. A broken thumb.
Yeah.
All right. So that covers the transactions to get you guys up to date. And we got a few other notes here. Miscellaneous things I want to talk about. This team, I like where they're going. Man, I was going to put my pocket square in, and I got it buttoned up. I might have to fix it off camera. But this team has been getting a lot of awards lately. We got Rico Dowdle, who had his second week. We got some people. We got a block away there. I don't know what that is. What is that cat in the box?
I have no idea.
Should we ban him?
I don't know.
All right, we'll see.
Looks like emojis that we can't see. That's what it looks like.
A lot of them, though.
I don't know.
But anyway, this team has gotten some good awards recently with Rico Dowdle getting his second FedEx Ground Player of the Week award last week. And then we also got, I'm looking at the glass to make sure we stay safe.
Yeah.
And then we also had Trevon Morag, who got NFC Player of the Week. This is a team that I have been liking, have been high on, and now we're starting to do things that we haven't done in quite a while.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get your quick take, because we're going to go over some other things here about this team and where they are and your current feel for it.
I mean, I like it. I mean, obviously, we haven't been in this space. When I say this space, I mean the winning space in a long time.
I like that. You like that?
It is good. We haven't had a winning record in a long time, and we're in a space to now where we can be 2 games above 500. And so it feels really good. I think there's still a bit of, okay, this is great, but in me. Like, there's still like, okay, can we do it consistently? Because we laid some duds, right? I'm not saying that's going to happen today by any means, but it's just, can we do this consistently? Can we play with these tough teams consistently? We did that great. We did great against the Packers, but we had the awful game prior to that. So I'm just looking for this team to develop a little bit of consistency. The run game has been consistent. We've been dealing with some injuries up front too. So I think it's getting better. And, Panther fans, I just caution you to take it one game at a time. As things are starting to level out here, I think Dan is starting to show. When I say Dan, I'm talking about I meant Dave Canales and Dan Morgan. Both of them, they have the plan coming together. So we just need to let it play out. But I feel really good spot. We're in a really good spot.
Yeah, I'm liking it a lot. And also, I like to share with you guys some get you up to date with all the little Carolina Panther things, right? So it's crazy. Carolina Mike blew up. Right,
yeah.
He was on every podcast I think possible. Was he on your show this week?
No, he was not.
Okay, he was everywhere. He's here today with part of the Roaring Riot tailgating, performing live. So
wow.
I'm not able to see that, but I'm sure we're going to see more of him around today. That's pretty cool.
So the ultimate question is, what would you do if you had $150,000?
I have personal things going on, and so I would continue to handle those personal things.
So you wouldn't buy a team?
I
don't think you can buy a team with $150,000. That's part of the lyrics. But yes,
again,
anyway.
I would have a team. I would actually have a team.
You would have a team.
It would not be a sports team,
right?
But I would absolutely
a media team. That's funny. That's funny.
I would have a team.
That's funny.
But yeah, so that's pretty good. But I think that's part of like this team has been so hungry for success, right? And we start to get things like that, and it's fun to see those types of things happening in the city because we have a team that is above 500. In November. So that's really awesome. And something else that's kind of along those lines of what starts to happen when your team starts to win is I saw this morning, and I want to share it with you guys. So, that's the birthday kid. So you guys already know who that is. Sorry. Let's go back to this screen over here, and we'll come to this right here. Maybe a little hard to see, but there's a company in Charlotte that makes custom shoes and custom cleats. And did you know? All right, I'm going to ban this person because they're sending way too much.
It's crazy.
It's a little annoying there. We're reserved for super chats and fan engagement, not just spam. But it's a company in Charlotte that makes custom shoes and sneakers, and they have solicited the likes of Chuba Hubbard, Claude Sherrills, J.T. Sanders, Trevin Wallace, Nick Samek, and a few other guys to wear cleats today. And with these cleats, what's going to happen is as they go through the tunnel, those cleats are going to turn either blue or pink to reveal the gender of the owners of that company.
Wow.
Man, must be nice to know certain people, right?
It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I wonder how much they were compensated for such.
That had to be significant.
Yeah.
Not just one player. You got like half a dozen players.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And not no-namers. You got significant guys that are going to be doing it. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's go ahead and roll into this. Carolina entered today's matchup 5-4 after the 16-13 victory over the Green Bay Packers. A great little win last week. I was not there, but it was good to see on TV.
Yeah, it was great to see.
Saints are, I don't know why I have 0-6. They are 1-6. What is their record? This looks all wrong.
1 win and a bunch of losses.
Yeah, they may be, so 9 games. I think they may be 1-8. So sorry about my notes were not typed correctly this morning, but the Saints are 1-8. Why did I write Saints 0-6? Oh. Anyway, Saints are 1-8 after a 34-10 loss to the Los Angeles Rams last week. Their only victory was against the New York Giants. And there's a few other teams in this league with 1 win. You got the Titans, and you also have the Jets. And we've played the Jets.
We're not one of them, and it feels great.
Yes. We're about to have churches this one. Yes,
right.
Lord. Yes, Lord.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
And we've kind of hinted at talking about this game today and what to expect Somebody's dancing their butt off behind you, buddy.
Oh.
Jets, we beat them up in New York, barely. It was not the kind of game that you kind of would think, but it was a road game.
Mm-hmm.
So from that perspective, it was a great thing to get over that hump. What kind of results do you see today with this New Orleans Saints team, and maybe what these fans should expect?
Yeah, I think the Saints, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, this is a division game, right? And so we can't take anyone lightly. We can't come in here expecting to win. We know what that is like. We know exactly what it's like to be the underdog when nobody expects you to win a game and you go in there and get smacked. Case in point, last week against the Green Bay Packers. We could be the Green Bay Packers of this week if we mess around. So they got to have their head on the swivel, be ready to play. The Saints are going to play desperate. They traded away some assets. Shaheed got traded away. I think they're dealing with some injuries on the offensive line. So on paper, this should be this should be a fun game to attend. Like, we should be in the stands partying the entire game. But anything could happen. You know, it's any given Sunday. Anything could happen. The Saints are going to be ready to play. They do not like us. We do not like them. And so I just hope this team is focused. And I don't have any reason to believe they wouldn't be. But they have to be focused and ready to play. And I think I expect a really good, fun victory for the Carolina Panthers.
That means after the show, after the game, he's going to go live.
Probably so.
Well, it depends on how well we enjoy the victory, right?
Yeah, I might enjoy it a little bit too much. We'll see.
But just real quick, this is the 61st matchup between these teams, the division rivals, so they play each other often. Saints hold that edge, nothing significant, 31-29 with that edge. Let's go ahead and take a look back at this week, things that were said leading up to this matchup. One of those things that happened this week, did I talk about the transactions? I did talk about the transactions. We hadn't got to the inactives, which comes in about 13 minutes. But Rico Dowdle was on the DNP early this week, did not practice early this week, and that was something that I was on the lookout for immediately after that game, because though he did play the entire Green Bay game, this guy came out several times dealing with, at the time I didn't know what kind of injury it was it his groin, his hamstring, or what it was, but he didn't practice on Wednesday, limited practice on Thursday, and he was a full participant on Friday. And all signs point towards he is going to play today. But I do want to play this clip earlier when Dave was talking about Rico, and then we're going to talk about what we're going to be looking for in Rico today.
Yeah, he's just working through some stuff during the game. Wanted to be smart about it. We're counting on him this weekend, and so wanted to make sure that we get him on the right track so he can get out there tomorrow. Get some practice reps and all that. But as he continues to emerge as an important part of what we're doing, we got to make sure that we get him to game day. He's ready to go, and that'd be the plan. Just taking all the information in and saying, if we can push this thing back another day, get him some rest, some recovery in RTP, and then, get him back out there tomorrow practicing in some fashion, and then with the whole intent of just getting him ready for Sunday.
All right. So I'm going to make a little technical adjustment here because I couldn't hear what you guys were hearing, but I'm going to talk about it here in just a second. Basically, that was Dave saying that he, earlier in the week, felt like Rico was doing pretty good, and they were just trying to be very precautionary about that. And as I said earlier, he progressed quite well, and there's no reason that he will not start today. So excited about that for Rico. I have some big expectations, but I'm going to hold it until we show the team stats for the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints to talk about what we should be seeing from Rico. But this team, 5-4, gave us one extra less loss there. Mm-hmm. You talked earlier about saying you like this team, you like how they, have been getting on track. And Dave Canales earlier this week was asked about what he's seen in this team since that Green Bay Packers victory. And I'm going to share this clip with you as well.
This group, to your point, I can feel the confidence as we grow because of the understanding of what we're doing, the speed of play, the communication, and the trust. Those are the things that I'm looking for to gauge. And really, as far as just making any statements, it's like that was one game. We have to go and replicate that, because when we do play and take care of the ball, when we take it away from the opponent, limit the explosives and get a few, play really good on special teams, it leads to good results. We have to capture those things, capture the process that leads to wins, and that's the most important part.
All right, so that was Coach Dave Canales talking about what he's like is we're just going to play it one more time because we didn't hear it in our ears, to be honest with you. And I forget, I got a lot going on. So one more time, Dave Canales, what are you thinking about this team?
This group, to your point, I can feel the confidence as we grow because of the understanding of what we're doing, the speed of play, the communication, and the trust. Those are the things that I'm looking for to gauge. And really, like, as far as just making any statements, it's like that was one game. We have to go and replicate that because when we do play and take care of the ball, when we take it away from the opponent, limit the explosives and get a few, play really good on special teams, it leads to good results. We have to capture those things, capture the process that leads to wins, and that's the most important part.
So what I continue to like that I hear from Dave is how steady he is and how he always talks about one game. It's just one game. So we did what we needed to do for that one game. Each game is the most important game. So I like that mentality that he's been teaching, and I really, as I'm in that stadium, in that locker room, hearing the coaches, hearing the players, hearing the coordinators, hearing everybody throughout the team talk, it's always like that was good, but now this next thing is the most important. Don't get too high that we just beat Green Bay. They were just a team. Don't get too ignoring New Orleans as if they're not a team, because they are a team, right? So I like what he said there. I want to give you a chance to comment as well.
Yeah, I like how he talks about replicating it. Like, okay, you did great there. Let's replicate that into the next week. And I think that's important. It's kind of what I talked about earlier, is that was great, and you beat a great Green Bay team. But don't let that dictate how you perform in this next game. This is a different team. You don't want to get too high and mighty and underestimate your opponent, because you will get caught slipping. This still is the NFL. And like you said, the Saints are a division opponent. They know us. This is not going to be a game where you can catch somebody slipping. We know each other. We don't like each other. And it's going to be a battle. So we got to come back and fight. And every week is going to be different. You got to strap up, put your big boy pants on, and come out every week, because we got caught slipping against the Bills. And so we need consistency. Are we going to see the same team week in and week out, especially when you're not dealing with injuries? The defense still going to come to play every week? Is the run game going to come to play every week? Are our receivers going to catch the ball every week? Is Bryce Young going to not turn the football over every week? That's what we need to start seeing every single week. And once we see that, this team is going to be pretty darn good.
Are you buying the Carolina Panthers right now? Buying or selling? Or holding?
No, that's a tough question. For me, I don't want to say buy right now, because are
you buying the culture?
Oh, yeah, for sure. No, I like the culture. I like what they're building. I like to see it progress, right? I like to see that the team is buying in. They're playing well. I'm going to say, to answer your question directly, I'm going to say hold right now, just because I don't know. I need to see it week in and week out. I need to see it against the Bucs, right? When you're going against a division opponent, that's great. We won't see it till later on in the season. So I'm gonna hold off for my very good football. And I like the coaching. I like how Canales is responding. First of all, I was gonna say this later, but I have to eat a little bit of crow.
Do you?
Yeah. And you were right. You're talking about Rico, right?
Yeah.
And talking about feeding the hot hand and talking snap share. You guys were right. I mean, I was a fan of trying to split it up and letting Chuba get in his groove back and see what he can do, and it's not working out. He is not averaging as many yards per carry as Rico is. Rico looks way more explosive, way more decisive, has better hands out the backfield. He is the better back right now. And so you got to go with the high hand. And it worked out going back to last week. I mean, he destroyed Green Bay, right? So you got to keep it going and ride the hot hand as long as you can. So I'm on board now.
And to be fair, I didn't get I became stronger with that Rico thing after, they were splitting. And I'm like, come on, please get away. And I feel like I was talking with my photographer, who, by the way, just sent us a photo that we're going to show, which makes us part of the best pregame show that's live. All right, so please continue to support us. Hit the like button if you haven't already done so. Subscribe. Help us get to 15,000 subscribers. And if you have the opportunity to support us monetarily, we appreciate that as well. But with Coach Canales and what he's doing with this team, they have had some losses. But since things have gotten rolling, they hadn't just gotten – well, they did get beat up by the Bills.
Pretty bad. But Bryce didn't play. We'll let that one pass. That one don't count.
Bryce is – anyway, I just like this team's opportunities.
Sounds like you want to say something.
But we got to keep to the format of 1 hour show here.
My bad.
That as long as Rico Dowdle is our starting running back, he makes everything else just kind of work out. He makes Bryce be able to kind of have a Bryce 100-yard game. and when I looked at the passing chart from Bryce, I was still actually satisfied that he was trying to go in different places. It just wasn't working for him. To me, I felt like he had a little dust on him, even though he only missed 1 week. Like, because this is why I say that. When he did that play where he's running out of bounds and he kind of goes, "Don't hit me, Rashad. I'm just going right here, okay?
Yeah.
We're
He got
cool."
smacked.
Like, where in the heck?
He got smacked.
Well, this is the NFL. You're the most prized person to hit out there on this field, and you want to be like we in Pop Warner leagues. I'm just going out. We're cool.
He smacked. He got smacked.
He got smacked deservedly so, because you don't tiptoe on the field until the whistle's blown. And he did something like that again during that game. So
he protected it the second time. The first time he walked out there, and I bet you he'll never do that again.
Slowed down completely.
The second time he slowed up, but he at least protected it. He like braced for the hit, so he protected himself. But you're right. Ultimately, you're right.
Anytime Rico's playing, I'm in for the Panthers. And by the way, here we go. Breaking photograph there.
That's fire.
This is our layer. So my man Patrick Snyder, thank you for the pictures.
That's a fire pic.
It is, man.
First, hold on. Let's stop right there for 1 second. If you like this picture, let's get these likes up to 100. We got to get at least 100 likes. Get the like. This is such a fire picture. It deserves another like. So let's get the likes up. 100 likes is the goal. We got 200 and some people watching.
We got 192. We dropped a little bit.
Yeah, it dropped a little bit, but we hit that like button. Get us to 100 likes, please.
Yeah.
Sorry. This is a dope pick.
Thank you. But that's currently what's going on. Our man Rico Dowdle. And as I said, as long as Rico was out there on the field, I'm feeling pretty good about what we have going on. Let's continue to take a look back at this week. We got some guys that are doing well on the other side of the field as well. That's Rico Dowdle that we were just talking about. But a guy that's been doing excuse me. A guy that's been doing really well is Derek Brown. And he's not getting a lot. He's not getting the same, player of the week kind of stuff that we've been seeing. We got player of the week, offense, defense, and special teams. But there's a reason that's happening, and that's because he's still causing so much attention that he can't have these crazy stats, but he's certainly impacting the game in a very big way. Ivero talked about the impact that Derek Brown has been continuing to make on this Carolina Panthers team. And hit the rest of the button, Chris, into the play.
Since probably our first year with him in 2023, I think the most impressive thing is just seeing a man of that size play that many plays. I believe he had about 50-something plays the other day, and there's just no plays of where he takes off. And, 330-some pounds. He's running to the ball every play. Obviously his physicality and the play strength and tackling and rushing and all that stuff is, that's all really good and great and tremendous in a lot of respects, but the way that he plays with that effort and burst and making tackles on the sideline consistently is just, and it's not just like 1 or 2 plays, it's consistently throughout the entire game. It's just so impressive to me that a guy that size can play with that stamina. And so, yeah, he's an amazing player.
Derek Brown, an amazing player. Derek Brown last week, if you one of those nerds to just go back and watch the tape and really break it down, there's this play Derek Brown had last week where he was on the left-hand side, got blocked. I don't know if he fell down, but he was like definitely going away from the ball, as they say. And what did he do? He kept making his way towards the ball and made the tackle. Derek Brown.
Yeah. He's a monster. Derek Brown is a monster. If you watch the film and you turn on these plays, every week there's a play of him absolutely lifting another 300-pound man up and literally tossing him like a bag of chips.
Yes.
This man is a monster. I've been a huge fan of Derek Brown since day one. People that watch PNP have been watching PNP since we drafted him. I recall the days when the fans were calling him a bust. I remember those days.
Yeah. And
I always would say, hey, just got to give him time. This man has to adjust his body to the NFL game. All the guys that are drafted in the top 10, they have to adjust their bodies. The game going from college to the NFL in the trenches is a different type of game. Derek Brown has done just that. He is one of the best, if not the best defensive tackle in the league right now. And he's not going to get all the sacks. He's not going to get all the pass rush stats, but he is a game disruptor. And just having him, adding him alone to this defense has improved. That's why I wasn't off on Evero. This is why I wasn't let's fire Evero, because when you're missing a guy like Derek Brown on that defense, then that's a massive hit. That's a huge hit, a huge gap in the defense. And now that he's back, this defense is starting to get better. It's not perfect by any means. We still got a couple things we got to fix. But Derrick Brown is a huge part of this defense, and with him, we're formidable.
Hey, we've had two amazing sized athletic guys on in this organization. One of them was Cam Newton.
Yeah.
That is just like absolutely. You look at him, and then this dude's a quarterback. Just looking chiseled as can be. And then you go on the outside, you got Derrick Brown, who just looks like a block and can run and move just phenomenally, which is awesome. Evero also talked about the fact that we're playing the New Orleans Aints today, and don't you dare say that about this team and this organization, because you can get.
I just think that you just have to acknowledge that every team in this league is capable of ruining your day if you don't take it seriously. That's just the fact of life in this league. And every team has got players to beat you. And you have to acknowledge the good players, what they do schematically, how they're coached. They got a very good staff. Obviously, I have a lot of respect for Kellen and the work that he does. And so we've got to be on top of our game. And we're always pushing, too, that really the opponent doesn't matter as much, too, as how much we need to improve every week.
So that was Coach Evero talking about this Saints team, and hey, don't let up. And again, that's kind of what I was alluding to earlier when I talked about Dave Canales, like the culture that he's building, like the message that he sends, and it seems to really echo throughout his staff. For Evero to say it like that, it's like it's still every single person talks about it emphatically about. It's just don't take nothing for granted, do your job kind of thing, and I love it. I love it. I love it. Inactives have not come out yet, so we're going to continue to move through some things. Rico Dowdle, who's going to be counted on today to do his thing on the run game, talked about what he will not be doing today against the New Orleans Saints. Any guesses?
I do not know.
We do a good job of scheming things up to where I don't end up on guys like Chase Young, so I don't really have to worry about it too much.
All right, so he will not be blocking
Chase Young.
There you go. He will not be doing that. He said, we got other people. My job is to run the rock. So we're about to get into these stats here in just a second. So I'm going to share that with you. But Rico also shouts out to you. I think it's been talked about enough. But his celebration last week, he got partnered with GoFundMe and raised, I think, nearly $50,000 for a really good cause. And they even had Michael
Keegan.
Yes. I'm not the coolest guy. My age shows at some points during the show. He was a part of the team meeting congratulating Rico, and I think him and his wife, Michael Keegan, he got like two last names, isn't it?
I don't know.
Anyway, him and his wife contributed to the cause as well, so that's good to see. And we got one more thing that we're going to talk about here, which is hearing from J.C. Horn about this matchup.
No, I don't think so. I just think, what make it tough is they going to, like you said, they're looking for a win. So we didn't been in that position before, and you're doing whatever you can. They're gonna play hard as they can, and we got to come ready to play. Just like every other Sunday. Yeah, I think it's good and bad can come from it. You can take it and use it as positive.
I don't know what I just did. Let me finish playing that video.
Energy and momentum to make a run, or you can feel like you made it and get your ass beat. So we got to just use it the right way, and come out here playing like our helmet's on fire on Sunday.
So what I like about that is, and I kind of forgot about it until I just played that clip, this Carolina Panthers team, we are used to being the laughingstock. We are used to being at the bottom and trying to have this mentality each week of like, let's go show the world that we are a football team. We get paid just like they get paid. We're professionals. And he said, like, they could get their butt beat. And there's a lot of things
that's not what he said.
I got my kids may be watching, man.
My bad. I just want to get the quote right.
Yeah, he said it.
Journalistic integrity. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
My paraphrasing is that they could get their butts beat. And I like that because, earlier in the season when they started getting a few wins, Derrick Brown was like, hey, man, no victory money's around here. We did something that we needed to do. Like, we got to do it again. And I think that guys like J.C. Horn, Derrick Brown that have been around for quite a while with this Carolina franchise, is not going to be like, hey guys, let's take it easy. Not let's take it easy, but just seeing that their colleague not take the game as serious as they need it to be, that you're not going to see that. And I feel like you're going to see the best effort possible from the Carolina Panthers today to be victorious.
Yeah. I certainly agree, man. Again, you can't get caught slipping. The Saints are tough. It's, again, division game. Anything can happen. Like he said, we've been on the other side of it. We know what it's like, and they're going to be desperate for a W. So we got to keep our minds right and be ready to go.
And that's even in spite of the New Orleans Saints did have a few moves this week trying to get better. Jets did some things as well trying to get better.
Jets did a lot.
They did a lot.
I don't know if they got better.
For the future.
For the future, yeah.
Preparing for the future.
For sure.
The Saints did some things preparing for their future. They got rid of 2 key players on their team, one of them being Rashid Shaheed. As I'm standing next to you, but it starts to merge together.
Yeah, it's not Rashad.
Rashid Shaheed, leading the team currently, he did with 44 receptions, nearly 500 yards, and 2 TDs. That is a lot to lose.
That's a lot to lose, and to lose that on 1 week and find a replacement is going to be tough. They do have Chris Olave, but something's been a little off with Olave. He hasn't been living up to his potential. But losing Shaheed is huge. He's their speed guy. He's their deep threat. So finding a replacement for him is going to be tough. So taking away a weapon from your young quarterback is never a good sign. So that's going to be tough for them.
Yeah, and as Rashad said, they're starting a rookie, which I want to mention as well. And then on the other side, they lost an offensive lineman, Trevor Penning, for future draft picks. So you lost a lot on your offense. The guy that's catching the ball and the guy that's blocking for the guy throwing the ball, and then you got a new rookie back there throwing the ball. So it really should be a good game for this Carolina Panthers team today. And we'll wait and see.
I hope the Panthers aren't thinking like we're thinking. They got to go out there and stay focused. But yeah, the Saints are down bad. They are tanking for all intents and purposes. But they're still ready to play. You got to keep your mind right and stay focused and keep your eye on that W.
All right. For some reason, I don't see that the inactives have come out.
I haven't seen them yet either.
I don't know what we're holding up for. So I want to hold on for a second, guys. By the way, it's an opportunity for us to promote the channel. Ask you guys to continue to get those likes up. Help us get to 100 likes. Help us get to 15,000 subscribers. And we only got one super chat so far, man.
I'll go to the website.
We only got 1 super chat so far, which is kind of hard to believe. The goal is always to get 3 super chats per show, so we only need 2 more. And the inactives have come out, so we're going to do what we do and let Rashad just talk about whatever he wants to while I take a second to get this inactive list going.
It'd be nice to have that list so I can talk to it. But it's all good now. Again, tough game. I think that, again, we have to capitalize on what we did last week against the Green Bay Packers. More Rico. I'm excited to see the defense. I think this is a good time to see our young pass rushers, Nick Gordon, Princely, who should be playing today. Let's see them go out there and get some sacks against that banged up and down bad off.
Energy and momentum to make a run, or you can feel like you made it and get your ass beat. So we got to just use it the right way and come out here.
Rashad really wanted y'all to hear that.
You just wanted to hear that part again. That's all.
My bad. We're about to have the inactives up here, so I'll just take a second and get that on the screen for you guys. And because Rashad seemed like he'd be ready to go when the inactives
I like it
because
the inactives, especially for today, it was kind of important. I don't see the name I was thinking I needed to see, but it's good. It's a good sign.
All right, so wide receiver Hunter Renfrow, which I like to say. Man, I felt like Dave Canales the other day made a point to be like, Hunter, we appreciate your service.
Yeah.
Please continue to play hard because we don't know when we're going to need you, but we may not need you for a while. That's my translation of him saying Hunter's been such a good person in the locker room, and he's so appreciative of Hunter and how it does, which, he could be a good guy, but I think he's
a good insurance policy. Like, you got to have a guy in place just in case. We had some injuries we dealt with earlier in the season, and he was needed. He was necessary. He was needed in that game where he caught that 4th down pass. So having him at your disposal when you need him is always a good thing. And we've been you got to have depth. We always talk about that. You can't just have your top 4 or 5 guys. You got to have depth, and Hunter Renfrow provides really good depth.
You think Hunter's saying, man, I could have been at home with my kids. He
Nah,
just had a baby.
I think he's kind of feeling good about his spot right now. You don't have to play. You're collecting a check. I think he feels pretty good.
All right, also on this list, I didn't do this right, so this is my fault here. Let me go back to this stuff here on the screen. We just got a super chat. Appreciate that. We need 1 more super chat to get to our goal of 3. But guard Chandler Zavala is inactive this week. Let's talk about that for a split second. Did they bring Chandler Zavala back too quick? Because he got hurt after not even a full game.
No, I don't think they brought him back too quick. I just think he's injury prone. It's unfortunate. I think he's been dealing with a lot of injuries since the beginning of his career. And so I just think he's just an injury prone player, and that's just what it is. And you can't predict injuries. I think I think the Panthers do an excellent job of not rushing guys back in. They've been pretty good with that, especially with Bryce. They'll hold Bryce out when he needs to be held out, and they'll hold out guys. I just think he's just injury prone, unfortunately.
Defensive end, Gerald. Gosh, I can't talk sometimes, but you guys love me. I appreciate it. Jared Harrison Hunt is inactive today. So as we had mentioned in the pregame show, Mike Kay from the Charlotte Observer said that they promoted him or signed him to the 53-man because they were trying to protect him. They got word that another team wanted him and they liked him enough. So this kind of lends to that because you signed the guy and then he's inactive right after doing so.
Yep.
Tight end James Mitchell is inactive. Wide receiver Bryson Tremaine, which I'm going to certainly let Rashad have that, but let me finish through. Then we got defensive tackle Cam Jackson, and there go the super chat. So we appreciate the super chat. So we're going to get to that in just a second, but I know this man has been itching to talk about things with the injury report or inactives for
no, I was curious because I do know that that T-Mac was dealing with a little bit of a hamstring or something he was dealing with earlier in the week. So I was curious to see how he was going to, because he was questionable. And so we did see a clip of him out there doing the Tamia line dance at Mike Jackson's little charity event. So it looked like he was going to be good. Did not expect to see him on the list, but it's good that he's going to be out there and playing. With Tremaine, I think Tremaine is an interesting one because while he may not get the receptions and he may not be a huge part of the offense, he is a really, really good blocker. And so when you talk about that run game and it being successful, part of that is because Bryson Tremaine is out there knocking heads off in the run game. So and he's a really good special teamer. So I think we might miss Tremaine just a tad. I'm not saying it's going to be change the entire game, but I do think there is a component that we're going to miss with having Tremaine out.
Yeah, and so between, you had the option between Dan Chisnia and Hunter Renfro to fill that spot. They went with Dan, and that's because he just talked about Bryson plays special teams. And Dave Canales has always been very vocal about saying, hey, last guy's in on a Sunday to get a jersey. You got to give me something on special teams. Even though Hunter, he was returning kicks, so he does have a little special teams value there. But Bryson was also part of I don't know if he was a gunner, but he was part of the others that are part of going down and making a tackle and blocking people. And so Dan is a guy that they chose to go with that. And then as a result of those inactives that you saw, specifically with Chandler Zavala being out, you're going to have Austin Corbett starting at right guard for Chandler Zavala. So Austin Corbett will start at guard for Chandler Zavala. All right, and then we're going to continue to work through some things. We hadn't talked about the team stats, which is what we love to do around here. So let's get to that.
Yeah, while you bring that up, I will say Austin Corbett playing right guard is a good thing. That's where he is home. So it's good to have him out there kind of playing in his natural position at right guard. And I know he's been moving around all over the place, but I do feel good with him being there as a starter. He's got a lot of experience there. So I think that's a good sign for the Carolina Panthers.
Did you say something to the people? Did you tweet something? Did you do what'd you do?
I didn't do anything.
Because we have got an explosion of people. We're now approaching 400 people watching, so we appreciate you guys. 82 likes, so we appreciate that as well. And
the goal was 100 though. Like we not at 100. So if you coming in and you welcome first of all for the new wave that just joined, but you have to, let's get us to 100 likes, please. We can do that with 300 and some people watching. 100 should be very simple. So please hit that like button on the way in.
Let's go ahead and give some shouts out to the ones that make it happen, keeps the lights on. Dorrell, if you're watching, like, subscribe, and share. He's also a member. So, members, everybody, you guys, thank you very much. I know that was loud in your ear.
That was loud. Scared me a little bit. I ain't going to lie. Scared me on national TV, man.
We got another one from Jay Grizzly. I like the emojis that go along with the name, man. That's nice. He said, let's go Carolina. Appreciate your super chats. It helps. We also got Game Dreamer 58. Keep up the great work. So, you know what? I appreciate this guy tremendously. He's going to make my Christmas list. As I was parking in the parking garage, I just randomly thought about when we've had to do shows in the parking garage.
Yeah.
Because it was raining.
Yeah.
Fortunately, that hasn't happened. But I said, this guy to my left, he's been the most consistent partner with Charlotte Vibe easily.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how many years it has been now. 3 or 4?
It's been some years, but I'm a loyal guy, man, and I appreciate those that appreciate the product, and I'm here to support, man, any way I can. We're just having fun with this at the end of the day. So if you're fun and you're good,
we good.
I'm right back to it. I'm right back. This is fun for me, man.
And the good thing is I don't talk to this guy at all the whole week. Like, not purposely. It just does not happen. And I don't even check with him like the last, like, I haven't talked to Rashad.
Yeah.
And he's here. So, man, I appreciate you. And anytime I can take part in PNP and help with anything that you guys are doing over there, you know that I would love to do so, all right?
Absolutely.
Let's keep walking through these super chats. We got Davey Broughton. Let's go, man of the people, $150,000.
$150,000. What are you going to do with the $150K, Chris?
Get some more suits. How about that? I like dressing up. All right, we also got Hunter McDonald. Appreciate you, Hunter. Just wanted to support, love both of your shows. Keep pounding. Hey, thank you guys very much. We also continue to get a lot of love from people stopping by before and during the show. So please continue to do so. We love it. We like to meet you, put a name with a face. We do this show every single week by the Honeywell Building. That's the easiest landmark. The Honeywell Building by the Bank of America
You
Stadium.
can't miss these lights. We got these bright lights right here. It's impossible to miss. Yeah, pull up, man. We like taking pictures and all that. Well, I can't speak. I'm not going to speak for you, but I don't mind taking pictures.
I do like taking pictures.
Okay, I don't want to throw you out there and say have all these people come up to you and you don't like taking pictures.
Shout out to Tracy. Tracy stopped by, and his dad brought him by. He was ready to take a picture. I didn't have on the full suit. I said, Tracy, I can't do that to you, sir. Give me just a second to throw on the tie, throw on the jacket, and we took a picture. So shouts out to Tracy, who's probably watching. This is his first game that he's attending this season. He said that he felt like this was a good one to come to. Kind of wish he had came to that first Atlanta game, but he's here now, so hopefully he has a great time as well. Let's go ahead and talk about these stats. Look at the offensive stats for both the Carolina Panthers. I mean, if you want to bring attention to it, but on the offensive side, Carolina Panthers continuing to do well with that rushing attack, 5th best in the league. That's really all we need right now, right? We got good on the defense, but if you have a good run game, it's just like on the defensive side as well. If you have certain things in the NFL that are good, you can have a great quarterback, but unless he's like generational Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Patrick Mahomes kind of thing, they can rarely get everybody each and every week. They can have some games where they carry the team, but each and every week, right? But a good run game just allows you to do so many things, as you see by the Carolina Panthers currently being 5-4 for the first time and forever.
Yeah.
Let's go to the offense side for the New Orleans Saints. They
trash. That's what you can say. They are not good. That's what I was looking at. There's nothing on this board that scares me. Again, they've got the all shucks guy getting ready to play, and so I think some boneheaded plays at times, but he can also torch you up too. So you got to be careful and get the pressure on him, get him uncomfortable. With this offense, there's nothing about this offense that scares me. A little bit surprised with the rushing offense because they got Kamara. Only rushing 89 yards a game. That's not good. So, but I do like the fact. You go back to our offense. Top 5. That's incredible, man. And like you said, that's all we need to do to win this game is run the football. And I'm sure when we see the opposite side of the defense, the defensive stats, we're going to see a glaring mismatch, and we should be able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and hop over to the defensive side.
I like that segue. It was a good segue. That was a good one.
Join him while you can, folks. He's going to be working at Fox Sports CBS somewhere soon. So you heard him here, not first, but you heard him here on Sunday.
Oh, man.
Let's look at the defensive side. The Carolina Panthers looking pretty good, actually. Total defense up 13th. I think that's a little drop.
It's crazy.
That's a drop, though, from last week, right?
I don't remember.
I think that's a drop, but that's still very good from where we were starting out at the beginning of the season. Top 10 in interceptions. J.C. Horn, one of the reasons for that. Trevon Moehrig last week, one of the reasons for that. And you see we're 15th, 16th in some other areas, so we're kind of in the middle, right? Flip on over to the New Orleans Saints, who are currently 1-8. And we have, let's see, passing defenses pretty respectable, which, Bryce Young does not need to have 50 million yards today. And what else? Sacks. But let's look at the rushing defense. 24th, which is where we have our biggest. So rushing defense, passing defense, kind of just in the middle for both of the teams, right? And then so you go back to the offensive side and say, okay, well, is there an imbalance here? And you look at the offensive side, and certainly the big glaring imbalance is our rushing offense is 5th, our passing offense is 30th, and they're kind of like at the bottom. So if you look at all things, one is again, they've just lost some pieces still on the offensive side. They're a 1-8 team, so they have some issues there. And the Carolina Panthers are continuing to rise, and we have a good rushing defense. I just continue to feel like this is a game that if you get – I know a lot of people don't want to get excited yet about this Carolina Panthers team, which I get. But if you're looking at the fact of building momentum, this is a game that you just got to win. You just got – like – winning games that you're supposed to win is what gets you into the playoffs and what makes you one of the better teams. Win the matchup that you're supposed to win. That should be the day with the Carolina Panthers.
So I have a question for you, Chris, because you're saying this is you're alluding to this being a must-win game. Let's talk about the hypothetical scenario where we maybe lose this game.
Yeah.
What does that do for this team?
If they lose this game, I'm going to be honest. For me, if they lose this game, I would like it to be a close game. Because we do realize that it's, as Ivero says, it's any given Sunday. These are professionals on the other side. They spent the whole week, too, trying to figure out how to beat us. I'm sure they looked at that Buffalo Bills tape and said, hey, Derek Brown, how can we kind of do the things that they did to give us an advantage and an opportunity to win? And also you got to look at the fact that the guys for the Saints could be like, hey, we got rid of some people. Let's do this. Like, let's show – anyway. The question was, if we lose today, what was
if what happens to the rest of the season if we lose it? Because like you said, this game, it's not a must win, but it's a should win, right? We should win this game. This is a New Orleans Saints 1-18. They're not good. We should win this game, and we have yet to be in a predicament where we are favored to win. So we're not used to this. This is uncharted territory for the Carolina Panthers. So my question was, what happens if we lose when we're expected to win this type of game to the rest of the season?
This may be shocking to you guys. I'm not worried.
Okay.
And the reason that I'm not – I wouldn't even flinch. Now, as a fan or emotionally covering the game, damn.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. But from an analyst perspective, I'm not worried because I have liked the way that Dave Canales coaches his team. I feel like they rebound when they need to rebound. They make changes as they need to make changes. He's not afraid years ago to bench Bryce Young. He's not afraid to this year change his philosophy on his two-back system and just go to Rico Dowdle being the predominant guy. I'm sorry, the feature guy and the starting guy for this team. So if they lose today, I feel like Dave Canales is the right coach to get this team to say, hey, the culture is we're now 0-0 come Monday. We now got to treat each game like it's the next most important. And Dave might appreciate losing today, right? Like from a coach's standpoint, when he's going to lead this team, say, guys, I've told you. And maybe they expose that we did that. So, again, let's not just say what we say. Let's mean what we say. Be where your feet are. I think Ron Rivera was famous for that one. And, yeah, I wouldn't be worried. I feel like we still have the pieces that I feel we need to compete for the playoff.
That's a very good answer. And I appreciate you saying that because that's not what I would have said. I would be quite angry if we lose this game. But you're right, though. Ultimately, that goes back. I just said earlier in the show, I was confident in the culture.
Yeah.
Like, I can't be confident in the culture and then be super disappointed if we lose against the Saints moving forward. The season is not over if we lose, right? But because you have to believe in the culture and believe that Dave Canales is going to have this team bounce back and have that next game attitude. So that was an excellent answer. You actually made me rethink my reaction. I'm the type of guy where I prepare myself for like the worst, right?
Okay.
So I'm thinking about what I'm going to do in the event we do lose.
Yeah.
And that kind of helps. That helps for sure. There's like a therapy session almost.
Hey, I'm here for you. Super chats are still open. And another thing about that is they didn't make a move, and they didn't even seem like they were pressing to make a move before the trade deadline.
Yeah.
Why? Because we still have young talent that has been doing well, that has been developing, and you want to see continue to develop. So, again, I would not be disappointed.
Yeah.
I would be. I will be if that happens today. All right, let's continue to bounce on through here. This stat, I'm just going to show because they have it. I don't know if you have any comments for it. Special team stats.
We got the greatest kicker in the league.
We got the greatest kicker.
We got the greatest kicker in the league.
Fitzgerald, is that
Shout
guy?
out to Fitzgerald. He's him.
Let's see.
He's him.
We don't have any.
He's a legend. Retire his jersey right now. Retire. Put his name in the ring on.
Free
right
comedy
now.
show by Rashad here before the game. Tune in each and every Sunday home game for that show. Hey, field goal percentage, we're 13th with 87.5. And, hey, the punt return average, that could be something.
Game-changing, yeah.
Right? Special teams does have the ability to flip a game unexpectedly and with the quickness. And as we saw in New England, it was murderous. So that punt return being 8th, 12.9 yard average.
That's tough.
That's not too bad.
That's interesting.
Penalty-wise, penalties committed, we're good. Oh, they're bad. Saints commit a lot of penalties. Opponents, both of our opponents are about the same. And then a penalty margin, we're doing good and they're doing bad. So we're about to rock one out here. We only got about 5 minutes left. Let's see, Rashad, this is a free-for-all type moment while I also look and see if there's some comments that we can go
man.
through.
Again, I'm excited. I want to, man. I got to see my guy Jalen Coker get back in. I would like to see Jalen Coker have a solid game today. Get him more involved in the offense. I know T-Mac is dealing with a little bit of a hammy. I know he's fine, but we'll see how he reacts to this game. But I'd like to see my guy Coker. He's yet to really impact the game. I'd like to see him get a good game.
He got
today.
that beach volleyball off that field.
He did. That was a great play, by the way. I mean, keeping the guy safe. You know what I mean? Safety's the ultimate priority. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'd like to see my guy Coker get right. It would, and I know we're high on Rico, and my boy Carlo got the Rico shirt on. He got. I
thought that was Rico coming over there.
He got the Rico shirt on, and I know we're super high on Rico, and that's great. But I really would like to see Chuba get. He's got to get back right. We can't ignore the fact
that. You ain't just to see Chuba?
No, I just want to see him. I want, for his sake, like for his mentals, like just get back, get him a nice little 20, 30-yard run or something like that, just to kind of get the confidence back. Because he does not look like the same running back he was prior to the injury. He just doesn't. And I don't know if it's due in part to Rico actually taking over and taking his spot, but he doesn't look like the same guy, bro. So I really would like to see Chuba get a couple of carries. I'm not saying I'm on the Rico train.
You're on the Rico train.
I'm on the Rico train, but I want to see Chuba get back right.
So what you didn't see while you were talking, and this is how I feel about what you said about the Rico and Chuba needs to get going. This is Tetaroa and Jimmy Horn Jr. pregame. Shouts out again to our photographer, Patrick Snyder, sending us these pregame photographs. So
that deserves about 50 more likes.
That deserves about 50 more likes.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, Tetaroa, he's active today, going to play. Jimmy Horn Jr., he's active today, going to play. But, man, I think Chuba's going to be fine, man. He got a nice paycheck. He's a strong man.
See, that's what I don't like. Because you got the paycheck, you got to play for it. I mean, you got to keep it, because it's next man up immediately. So now he's not only is he playing for his current contract, playing to live up to that contract, but now everybody and their mama is looking at what we're gonna do with Rico next year. So is Rico gonna come back? So he's got to play, man. He's got to step it up, or it could be. I'm not gonna say it.
We're about to get out of here. Somebody said Chuba hasn't been right since Wallace fight.
I don't.
That make anything? All right, T Green, you're one of our members. We love you. I don't get it.
Give us some context, bro.
I'm not sure about that one.
Give us some context.
We'll end on talking about Chuba and Rico in the future, right? We're week 9 or 10. This is week 10.
I don't know.
We're week 10 because they're 5-4. So we're in week 10, and earlier met the. Earlier when I met the young man Tracy, he talked about hey, I don't know. I think maybe his dad said, I think we're going to keep Rico and get rid of Chuba. I said it's too early for. Number one, it's too early for that, and number two, you need depth. And yeah, you got other guys behind Rico and Chuba. You got Trevor, and then you got Jonathan Brooks, which I haven't been excited about Jonathan Brooks since we got him. I felt like that was a pretty big reach. But I feel like this, Rico, he wants to get paid.
Of course.
So keeping Rico here is not easily automatic. It's going to become down to, well, how much does he really do for this team come the end of the season, right?
Yeah.
Does he get them to the brink of the playoff berth? Is he a huge reason for the Carolina Panthers to continue to ascend? I think if that's the path come week 17, then you're like, all right, you got to get Brant Tillis in there, and you got to do some math and see what we can do and see what you really think about your other backs. Because the show's almost ending, I'll let you talk about what you think they should do for that.
I just think somebody in that office is keeping an eye on this situation, right? Somebody has to have their eye on the future. I know, Canales is not worried about it. That's not his job. He's focused on game to game. But somebody in that front office is wondering how in the world we're going to be able to keep Rico, because you cannot allow the guy that is basically the entire offense right now. He's 70% of the offense for all intents and purposes, right? You cannot let a guy like that leave. So and he's from the Carolinas. I think you got to reward him if he continues, like you say. If it comes week 17 and he's still playing that way, you got to reward him with the contract and figure out what to do with Chuba. But it wouldn't be the first time we paid 2 running backs. You know, we paid D'Angelo and Jonathan Stewart, and it was what it worked out. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. It's gonna be it's a good problem to have. Let's put it that way.
Can we get one more voice on it?
Low.
Can we get one more voice on
Low.
it?
Come talk about Rico and Chuba.
Since we like the shirt. I know I'm putting you on the spot.
My boy Low.
Go ahead and give him the intro. He gonna throw you with the headsets on so you can hear real quick. Just step right on up to here. So first of all, let's talk about this shirt that you got on right now.
Yeah, you gotta represent.
What is it? What you got?
Shout out to Good Morning Football. You know what I'm saying? Angry Runs. I saw Rico Dotto won Angry Runs. It's been a while since we had a running back in a Carolina Panthers jersey wearing Angry Runs, so I had to support. I had to support. Shout out to my dog Rico, man.
So just quick, because we're about to get out of here. We were talking about Rico and Chuba.
Yeah.
And how will we keep them both? Will we keep Rico? What are your thoughts on the future between the duo of Rico and Chuba?
Yeah, shout out to Shad. Shad said something like, "Hey, let's focus on the present, and then we'll get to the future later." But sometimes you got to think about it, right? Yeah. In a perfect world, Chris, we would love to keep both of the running backs. Yeah. However, how often do you see a team actually pay 2 running backs premium running back money?
Yeah.
So a decision has to be made. I think the thing is, I love Chuba. He's a great leader for this team, but we haven't seen somebody run like what Rico is running here in a while, here in a Panthers jersey. So Dan Morgan has a tough decision to make, and that's why he get paid the big bucks.
Hey, I'm going to give you shots for what you spoke about that. So, we have to make a decision. I'm not that guy, but a decision has to be made. Yeah. Hey, appreciate you jumping on here at the last minute. We're going to let you throw it back to Rashad. Well, now we're just going to go ahead and end the show. So, for one half of Panther Nation podcast, for the Rico ambassador, I'm Chris Jink. Hey, let them know how to keep in touch with you and follow you and what may be happening for you for the rest of the day.
Shout out to Carlo. That's the pregame podcast. Sub up to that. Panther Nation podcast and at Panther Nation PC, man. Panther Nation podcast on YouTube. PNP shot a day. That's all I got, man. I
hate the end because now we done just jumped up to 450.
450.
Right at the end.
That needs 75 more likes.
So, hey, for Charlotte Vibe, I'm about to go inside, get into the press box. We already got photographs coming. You got a sneak peek of that right now. But if you head on over to Twitter, that is the best place to keep you up to date throughout the game. Our guy Hunter Bailey will be holding that down for Charlotte Vibe during the game. After the game, you're going to see me go down to the field where we'll break down stats, photos, press conferences, injuries, and my analysis of the game. That's about 20 to 30 minutes after the show. Appreciate you all very much. Best show pregame for the Carolina Panthers. We're out. Talk to you later.
Aggie Pride.